is the Infinity Summit Group. Truth, passion, success.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Infinity Summit Group podcast. Today is November 14th, 2022, and welcome back, finally. We got this is our second week coming back after our month-long break. So here we are, boys. I'm Noah.
Xavier.
Logan.
Jesse.
And we got a special guest on today, Canyon.
Howdy.
Yeah. So Canyon, first and foremost, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you tell a stranger on the street besides I'm Canyon?
I'm Canyon, and I'm a pilot.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, question for you. Did you start considering yourself a pilot before or after you became an instructor?
I think as soon as I got the private pilot license,
Okay.
call yourself a pilot then.
That's true. You can.
You can rent a plane and do whatever you want at that point.
That's true.
What made you get into piloting?
I'd always wanted to do it. It's just mainly the cost that kind of prevented me. And then COVID came around, and I just saw all this money being dumped into the economy, and I knew if inflation was going to hit eventually, and I was like, all right, whatever. I'm working this terrible job at a tire shop, hurts my back, 12-hour days. Why am I doing this when I could be doing what I want to do, fly planes?
There you go.
And how did you get your funding for it? Did you go through the traditional avenues of student loans? Did you have a private investor?
Yeah, that's Sally Mae loan.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Big, scary loan. I had some money I set aside, but I used that mainly just to pay other expenses like check rides and written tests.
Yeah, and for the listeners who don't know, a check ride has both an oral portion and a flight portion. So you go in, the oral portion, they'll quiz you down for about 2 hours with a professional examiner that they call in. And then if you pass that, then you go to the flight portion where it's another quiz for about 2 hours in the flight. And this is for every single certificate you get. And how many certificates do you have at this point? Was it 7 or 8?
I think it'd be 8, I guess, if you count the student pilot cert, but it's really
that one
7.
didn't require a check ride.
No, not the $800 check ride.
Yeah.
Painful.
So you got 7 certificates. Each one costed $800 above and beyond whatever loan you got.
Yep. And then the written tests on top of that, which were
$175 a piece.
Yeah.
And each of those sections, each of those certificates, almost all of them had a written test.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there was 5.
Just not your multi-engine ones, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, I've got another question with regarding the funds of how you did this. How do you pay rent and feed yourself as well as going to school? Because no one was saying you don't have a job while you're going to school, right?
Yep.
Not through ATP, at least.
I was living at home, but I was still commuting an hour drive each way, 100 miles a day to get up there. So that was the money I had set aside from working.
Okay, so it's all you have to stockpile it basically, and then kind of live on what you have.
I think you can take out a little bigger loan for living expenses, but it's very minimal living expenses they allow you for the loan.
Gotcha.
What is it, $800 a month or something?
It's something like that, yeah. And
Damn.
I didn't want to
For
add
the
that
loan.
much more onto the loan.
Yeah.
I know some people where they got a $110,000 loan, and
Holy shit.
it's no, thank you.
What was your loan?
$84,000.
Okay.
The program when we went through it is $10,000 more now.
Yeah, the fuel surcharge and everything. And
Yep.
crazy.
So you got the 7 certificates, you say, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the next step? Is there another certificate, or is this just you become part of the main airlines after?
Yeah, so you have to
After
do
shipping.
let's see, it's a ATP, so it stands for Airline Transportation Pilot. And once you have to get so many hours, and that's 1,500 hours. And then you're eligible to get that certificate, and you got to go through a bunch of training with that. So that's still a long ways away because I'm only at 270 hours.
And there's one more check ride involved.
One more. Type rating.
Yep.
Have you taken any family up or anything?
Yeah, I took my mom and my little brother up at separate times. That was pretty fun.
How was that?
My little brother really enjoyed flying. My mom didn't want to touch the controls at all.
Oh, you let him fly the plane?
Yeah,
Okay.
not supposed to, but
But sure.
yeah.
It's fun.
As an instructor, you can.
Yeah, but
You
the
just can't-
insurance policy on that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Hopefully they're not listening to the.
I think you'd be okay that way.
Yeah.
Question for you, if you're willing to answer, what percentage rate did you get on your loan? Because I've heard varying answers between like 3 and 12%.
Yeah, I've seen higher than that too when I was
Really?
at safety. Yeah,
Oh my
I saw up
gosh,
to like 14, 15.
Fuck
But
yeah.
that's just burglary.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
cow.
bad, especially when it's like 110,000
Yeah.
or whatever. But no, I got lucky and my mom co-signed on the loan, so it was only 4.5%.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it could have
Okay.
been a lot worse.
That's barely worse than my interest rate, bro. I
What do you got?
think mine's like 3.95,
Oh wow.
but I didn't go through Sally Mae.
Oh, gotcha.
I had my parents had a rental property that we took out a home equity line of credit on.
Nice.
So that's been super nice. My credit's pretty good though. I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine now with interest rates what the program cost would.
Dude, it'd be ridiculous. If people are getting 15% out here, that's like what, 30 grand a year on top of your loan?
Ooh.
You can't
Yeah.
even pay that.
No.
That's ridiculous.
That's way shitty.
That's more than 30 grand. 15% of 100? 110? You're looking what, 40? Probably closer to
Looking
40
at
grand a year.
A lot of money. Yeah.
So you're a full-time job per year just in interest on your loan.
It's fucking insane.
That's
They
crazy.
better get to the airlines or they're screwed.
Yeah. If they like. Yeah, if they just drop out or just like, oh, I don't want to be a pilot anymore, or somehow lose their certificates, like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how you'd pay for that.
Yeah.
So you plan on being like a, what do they call that, commercial pilot?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
for the airlines, probably.
Yeah.
I'm looking more like SkyWest just because they're somewhat local.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I'd like to live here. It'd be nice around
Yeah.
family.
yeah, living in Florida and then living here, like, 'cause I was in Florida for 3 months and just so flat.
Yeah.
I like the mountains. I miss the mountains.
It's weird when you go outside of Utah and there's not mountains everywhere. You're like, what the
Yeah.
hell is going on
Yeah,
here?
driving through Texas and there's nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks.
Corn.
Corn.
Yeah, I drove that way through when I went to Florida. Went through Nebraska and nothing. Nothing but corn.
So were you in Florida when the hurricane hit?
Yeah, I was. I was in Jacksonville, though, so it really wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Winds only got up to like 50 or 60 knots down there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you guys experienced some crazy stuff, Noah. Where you were,
Oh, yeah.
Evacuating
We've
planes.
talked about it. It's a
Have
good
ya?
time.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Do you have a family? Like, how old are you, I guess?
I'm 22.
Okay. So do you have a family?
There's mom and little brother.
Not your own.
Not my own.
You're not married and shit.
No.
Not yet.
fucking
It's
crazy.
good. It makes it harder,
Yeah, I would imagine.
I bet.
but it's fun. So, tell us, outside of flying, do you do anything? Like, in the best way possible, what do you do outside of flying?
Oh man, recently not really that much. Kind of been dedicated to flying. I like to work on cars though and ski, but
Nice.
then some
Heck yeah.
investing here and there.
Yeah.
Some investing.
Yeah, what do you
Mhm.
invest in?
Oh man, well recently not so much because I've been broke, but some crypto and stocks. I tried options and that didn't turn out so well, but
Yeah.
just
Tell
lost-
us a little bit about them.
paid the stupid tax on the options.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I lost all the money I put in there. Tried to buy some Tesla calls that went to zero.
Oh, no. Did you buy them? How far out did you buy them? It was week of, wasn't
It
it?
was like 2 weeks or
Damn
something.
it.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, and then I had done some stock trading with like Tesla, and that was before they went crazy. That was like back in 2019, and then after they went crazy, I made a little bit of money, but that was only like $1,000, I think.
Okay.
Could have made. I went back through and looked like with stock splits and everything, I could have made like 20,000. It was just like
That would have been sweet.
pain.
Do you do any of that still?
Do what?
Do you do any of that still, or do you
No,
stop?
not recently. I
Stop.
kind of had to sell off a lot of my stuff to pay for school and whatnot.
So did you guys meet in ATP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Started a
Yeah, we
week
did.
before him.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay. So are you going on like ride? Are you instructing people now?
I don't have any students. I did manage to pick up 2 flights, thanks to Noah. But right now, just waiting. They've kind of had some weird stuff going on where they hired way too many instructors, and there's not enough students.
Is it from like just everybody coming out of school at the same time, like getting done with their check rides, right?
Yeah, not necessarily. They just have like a system. You would probably be able to speak better on it, but they have a system that kind of uses an algorithm to determine whether places need instructors or whatever.
Gotcha.
And we just somehow needed a lot of instructors allegedly.
Allegedly.
But
It's kind of interesting because so brand new students, they're working towards their private pilot license.
Right.
At Ogden, they don't want to start new instructors with those new students until they have 100 hours of instruction. And from what I can tell, the other people I know that I met in Florida, the locations they're at, which is like Phoenix and Texas or Dallas, and even Colorado, like they're starting with brand new private students as brand new instructors. So I think it's just a policy thing for Ogden alone. So there's all these new private students starting, and I think their algorithm just says, okay, we have all these new students, we need a bunch of new instructors. But because of that policy and that conflict, you have all these instructors that can't take these students, so they're just kind of stuck waiting.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
we've also had some interesting things happen at Ogden where it makes sense that new instructors shouldn't teach brand new private students,
Yeah.
for the most part. Because you're more likely, as a new instructor, you're getting in there and you just got to get used to being an instructor.
Right.
Got to get used to guarding the controls on your side, watching for traffic, all that. And if you're brand new coming into it, then you're just going to be overwhelmed. And then the student's going to make a dumb mistake. You're going to lose your job. The plane's going to get damaged. Right? That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, an accident happens and someone dies, right?
Yeah.
So I really like the rule. I think they could lower it down to like 50 dual given. I'm at almost 50 dual given, and I would feel that's dual given is like instruction.
Right.
Okay. So I'm at almost 50, and I would feel very comfortable taking on some private students. Like, yes, it's stressful because they're brand new and they don't know what they're doing, but I'd do it. Yeah.
What was it like the first time you actually were able to fly by yourself? Can you talk about that experience a little bit?
Talking
Not
about
with
it
an
solo.
instructor. Yeah,
Like a
your
solo?
first solo.
Oh man, that was like over a year ago, but it's crazy because it's like all the decisions are up to you, and there's not anyone there to help you. But it's really fun because now it's like I don't know, it's all on you. Just kind of, I guess, adrenaline almost.
Yeah.
So what
But-
interesting stories do you have from doing your solos?
I actually didn't have anything crazy happen to me.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
heard some stories. But yeah, no, nothing crazy, just simple.
Heck yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But you
Anything-
enjoy it, right?
Oh yeah, you enjoy it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Did anything crazy happen on your first couple flights as an instructor? Nothing crazy? Oh.
Well, there was one I didn't mention it the other day, but coming into land, they're doing like a power off 180, and I told the student, I was like, all right, you look a little high, you should dump the flaps. I was thinking that he would just put the flaps all the way in, and instead he retracted them all the way up. And I was just like, oh, and when you do that, you lose all this lift, and the plane just falls. So we're like 100 feet off the ground, and now you got this falling feeling. I was just like, oh.
Well, when you say dump the flaps, that means put them up.
Well, yeah, it's not what I thought he would have understood it as. So
Yeah.
So what do you
Gotta
do
be
in
very
this scenario?
specific. Flaps 20, flaps 30, or full flaps,
yeah,
100 feet off the ground, you're dropping. What do you do?
I mean, it's just a temporary drop because then the plane like gains its speed back up and it's fine. But it's just like a surprise. We're like, oh, I'm falling.
Oh, boy.
And what is this flip 180 or whatever you just?
Power off 180.
Power
Yeah.
off
So this is
180.
like basically it's a performance maneuver. So you start off. I don't even know how I can describe this like on audio almost, but it's just
I can describe it a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You probably
So
described it more.
you fly,
recently.
you fly parallel to the runway, and then when you're almost towards the end of the runway, like where you're going to be making that 180 to come in to land, then you pull your power to idle. So you pull all your power, and then you make it to the runway on your spot, plus 200 feet, I think. Yeah, plus 200 feet. So within that range, you have to aim and hit that spot with no power. That's pretty fun. And it's one of your maneuvers that's required to get a commercial certificate
And
So
it's
that-
the most
okay.
failed maneuver out of everything, all the check rides.
because it's
Yeah.
kind of difficult.
Because you don't have an option to like go around and try again. You have to make it,
Yeah.
and if you don't, you fail.
Depends on your DP, and the ACS does not say you cannot go around. by the way. Frassie
Well.
took a long time to explain that to me.
Frassie let you go around? Well, I guess that would have been a. Oh,
No, he was talking to me for my student's check ride.
Oh, really?
When we got in there, and he was like, "Does it say anywhere in the ACS you cannot go around on a power of 180?" No, actually. It's like, okay, then you can go around.
Really?
Like, oh, what? It was a 3-hour check-in. He was sitting there just talking to me.
What?
He was getting to know me and my student, so it's like
I've heard
all right.
really good stories about Frassie.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Is
I
this
liked
your
him.
instructor?
This was one of the examiners.
Oh, okay.
So I was checking my student in for this check ride, and I get to be there in case I messed up on anything on my end, so I can get chewed out.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were checking him in, and it was a 3-hour. It's generally about 30 minutes. It was a 3-hour process, but he was also getting to know me and getting a feel for me as an instructor. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because we're going to be working together from here on out, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, you definitely can, as per the ACS.
I think it's more, I guess, examiner's discretion at that point. Though.
Yes, pretty
Because I
much.
feel like one examiner I had, McMahon, that's I think would be a fail in his eyes.
Yeah, and it depends. Like, I've heard you can go around like once maybe, and you'll be okay
Really?
if it's a safety of flight issue. But
So is that like a fail, like you can't try again, or it's like
Uh,
fail and you go and then
Yeah,
come back?
You
felt
can
that
try
one.
again. It's just the failure goes on your permanent record.
Oh.
And when you go to like interview at your airline, they can see that you've busted a check ride on.
And they'll ask you
And-
about it.
Oh, really?
I get to
Yeah.
explain 2 of them.
I've only got one.
There you
So-
go.
Nice. What was your one?
Oh man. So this was a CFI training out in Phoenix. So Mesa Gateway Airport. They've got 3 parallel runways. We wanted to go east, and we were taking off from runway 30 left. I requested an east departure. Tower cleared us for a downwind departure. I flew the downwind about halfway outside of the tower's airspace.
There's a lot of terms the listeners
Uh,
don't know right now.
Well, they got to go get their pilot license.
Try
Have
to
an
explain
instructor
it.
hit me up.
Try to explain it if they haven't flown in a plane before, if you can. So you're trying to go to the east.
We're trying to go to the east. Let's see.
You're flying parallel to this runway.
Yeah, we're
in the
flying.
downwind.
So yeah, downwind is basically it's parallel to the runway, and because the tower cleared us to fly that, we would have just had to continue on that heading. So it would have been almost southeast would be the heading, and I started turning east off the southeast heading without clearance. So that would have been fine if I was out of their airspace, but I was still in their airspace, and that was an instant fail right there.
Dang.
Just
So-
from turning the wrong way?
Just
kinda?
from turning, that slight heading tower came on. They're like, hey, you need to be continuing southeast, basically. And it's like, that's an instant fail. It's like,
Yeah.
damn it.
I always teach my
That's brutal.
students it's better to ask a question and get yelled at than get a number.
And that's exactly what the examiner said. Is like,
Yeah.
you should have just verified with the tower that you were cleared to turn east, and
yeah.
it would have saved you a check ride bust.
Damn.
But
Wow.
at least CFI, from what I hear, the airlines don't look
Too close.
too closely at that one because it's not a required certificate.
Gotcha.
Have you ever thought about being a fighter pilot instead of just commercial?
I've thought about it, but if you want to join like the Air Force, you have to have a 4-year degree, and at this point, I don't really know if I want to do that. So
Of just any college degree?
you have, have any college degree,
Any
but
bachelor.
you have to
Oh.
have a 4-year degree.
Why is that? Do you know?
I don't know honestly. It's just a requirement to be an officer,
No.
and you have to be an officer to be a pilot. So
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So you have to go through kind of like the basic training and everything that a regular soldier would do, and then try to enlist.
I believe so. I don't know for sure on that.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. They tell you when you're going down to instructor school, they tell you the person next to you will try to kill you. Watch out. Always. And it's true. I mean, and it's not even necessarily the person next to you. It's also other people, other planes.
Yeah.
I've had planes take off. So I was going, this happened twice. I was doing an approach into Wendover, and I sidestepped so I can circle around to another runway, and someone took off right in front of me twice.
Classic.
Yeah, I was circling, coming in on that RNAV, and then circled to the left, and was just about to cross over 1-2 there, and 2 separate times people took off right in front of me, right there.
At that point, do you get on the comms and be like, "What the fuck, bro"?
I
You
mean,
can.
you can, but it won't really do anything.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
won't do anything. They can do that.
And yeah.
Like, it's not illegal. It's just rude.
Yeah.
The one dude didn't know what he was doing because he was a solo student. He didn't realize I was there and knew he messed up as soon as I started doing my 360 to avoid him.
Yeah.
But the other guy didn't
care.
do nothing.
Sometimes they don't even care, yeah.
Yeah.
There's this little airport north of Ogden called Brigham City Airport. And there's a bunch of planes there, and they'll make like one radio call saying that they're like about to land. And it's like, where did you come from?
Yeah.
They'll just show up and they'll cut you off, and they don't care.
Oh, yeah. It's wild. It's the Wild West when there's no control tower.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just anything goes, basically.
Yeah. So have you? Did you grow up in Utah?
I did, yeah. I've lived in Salt Lake like pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
So almost California. Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, dude. You
Agreed.
dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
So you said you lived in Florida, right? Or you were there for a while?
Yeah, for 3 months, Jacksonville.
Okay.
Just-
For training or what?
I was working in the this company's flight safety department.
Oh, okay.
We would basically just look at like any maintenance and safety reports, and we just build reports on it. It wasn't really that hard or anything, but just also monitoring flights, student solos. The company has a policy where every solo's got to be approved by the flight safety department, so we just check the weather one more time to make sure instructors aren't trying to send their student into a thunderstorm, which I've seen plenty of times they've tried.
Really?
Yeah. Or there'll be like a NOTAM, which is just a notice to airmen, and it says that it's just information about that airport. I've seen sometimes there's been a NOTAM saying the airport's closed, and they're trying to send their student to that airport.
What the
It's
hell?
like, what are you guys doing?
So there's no shortage of mistakes that get made?
There's plenty of mistakes
All the
always.
time.
It seems like some people don't even care to check like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you can't really get any students up at Ogden. So why don't you move out of state? Because then you could get students, right? Or am I
I
misinterpreting
did think
that?
about that, and because Ogden currently shows a need of instructors, there's no option to transfer.
Oh, what?
So they don't let you?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, because I thought about maybe going to Dallas because I know they're very busy there.
Yeah.
But it's not even an option.
Gotcha.
So
That's stupid.
Well, with all these new students coming in, those will filter through,
yeah,
and you'll get loaded up before
I hope so.
too long. Just need more planes now.
Yeah, well, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
The Cessna takes too long to make planes, and ATP is growing at like too fast of a rate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they opened like 8 locations this year, and they just got to spread the planes up across the country.
So I've got a question. I didn't know this before, but I just recently learned that like a lot of places or different countries don't have as much airport security. How do they allow that? And I don't know if you guys would know anything about this, but like they were saying in Australia, they don't like really check you that much.
Yeah, if you're going back to the U.S., they'll have tighter security.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like depending on where you're going.
Yeah, anything that goes in and out of the U.S. is going to have tight security, but if you're going towards another country, then
They don't check.
not necessarily.
Because they haven't had a 9/11.
Yeah,
So they're like,
pretty much.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I happened to be at a couple years ago before COVID. Went with my grandpa, and we visited like Asia. And like China, they didn't make you take your shoes off or anything like that. Vietnam, you could take water on or through security. Just the U.S. being weird.
Typical.
Yeah.
That's wild. So once you get into the commercial planes, they do have like personal guards on there or something, right? Haven't you mentioned that?
Air marshals?
Air
Air
marshals.
marshal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know. I just heard they have like 1 or 2 people on pretty much every flight. There's like a police officer for the air.
That are armed.
I
think
don't know,
sometimes they are.
generally, yeah.
So
But-
if they have to shoot, they'll just fucking shoot a
Don't
hole in the
miss.
hole.
Yeah, don't miss.
All right, that'd be cool.
I was also wondering this too, because you know how like I guess if you're in the air or in the air, you're not really part of any country, right?
Right.
So what if you're going like started in the U.S. and the drinking age is 21, and then you were like flying to like Scotland? Does the drinking age change, or does every plane just kind of have their
It's
own
not going to
rules?
change for your plane because your company's going to have its own rules.
Because it's like probably a U.S. company, so they just have
Probably.
their U.S. rules.
Yeah. I don't know.
have
Depends
no
who's
idea on
manning
that
the
It's a
plane.
random, stupid question.
I don't know.
I've always been like,
It's interesting.
it's kind of weird.
Depends who's manning the plane. Probably if it's a Scottish crew, they probably won't give a crap.
Yeah, I'd bet if they're from America, they wouldn't, just in case they got sued. So
Yeah.
just blanket 21
Yep.
if you're coming from America.
But as soon as you step off that plane, you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the FAR aim?
Yeah.
That's the rule book for FAA pilot stuff. So
What's FAR aim? What does that mean?
FAR is just Federal Aviation Regulations. It's just a big fat book we have with all the regulations.
Off the rules,
Yeah.
it
the rule
sucks
book.
to read.
the guidelines.
Yeah, it's got the rules and the guidelines. The far part is the rules. The aim part is the guidelines.
Oh, gotcha.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun book.
Oh, dude, it's way fun.
So do you see that like the airlines are becoming your kind of lifelong career? Or is there something else you were kind of about to go towards, but you decided to do airlines instead?
Honestly, I'd be fine with the airlines. I don't really have too big of a goal right now. I just want to fly planes.
And you like it enough to where you could do it for a while?
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
You mentioned that you were an investor. You mentioned Tesla. You mentioned a little bit of crypto. What cryptos?
Oh boy,
We gotta
The
talk
Dogecoin.
about the Dogecoin.
Oh, the shit coins.
the shit coins.
This is
oh,
the one
yeah.
that I missed out big on.
Yeah, this just happened to be dumb luck, honestly. Oh man, I'd say it was probably either late December 2020 or early January 2021. Somebody in like one of these Discord channels I'm in had mentioned they bought like $100 worth of Doge, and I was just bored out of my mind one night at work at the tire place, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something even stupider than that. I'm gonna buy $1,000 worth of Dogecoin.
Fucking hell.
And a couple weeks later, Papa Musk starts tweeting about Dogecoin, and then the price just skyrocketed. At one point, I think my account balance got up to like, I want to say it was like $60,000 or something like that.
Holy shit.
Oh, damn.
And I wish I had sold, but I was like, oh man, I got to keep holding. And then price dropped. I think I ended up making like 19,000 out of it or something like that,
That's still
That's
like,
still
which
not
is
bad.
still a
Awesome.
great return on investment. But
It's
And
not
you
crazy.
bought a car?
That's stupid
Return on
fucking
gamble.
luck.
and then I should have set it towards my loan, but instead I'm like, I'm gonna buy a BMW.
Dude, what kind?
That's a 335.
It's fast.
Hot.
You've got launch control on it, and it's disgusting fast.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's kind of quick.
It's fun.
What year is it?
It's 2013.
I don't
What?
know.
Let me see.
I had a 2018 330i.
Oh really?
Yeah. I sold it, but it was
It
fun.
was sweet.
Why'd you sell?
I was done with it.
Yeah.
I wanted a car to race people and just speed around, and then got all that out of my system. Then I bought a Sonata.
Oh nice. Yeah, I
So-
haven't gotten that out of my system yet.
Yeah.
I actually raced somebody on the way here.
There you go. Have you taken it to the salt flats?
I've driven out there, but I haven't driven it on the salt flats.
We capped out
Dude.
his governor out there.
You fucking need to.
Really?
135 just.
I capped out my governor on I-80 going out to the salt flats.
Yeah. What'd you hit?
Like 131 or something like that.
Nice.
It's such a good feeling.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I actually got a tune on the car and removed the governor, but I've been too
God
scared to
damn.
go any faster because it's pretty fast.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was illegal. Is it not illegal to remove the governor?
I mean, it's illegal to go 130.
You got me there.
Great point. Are you a fucking car guy or what? You mentioned you like cars. Working on cars at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not too big into cars. I just enjoy driving, and I've had, I think, like 10 cars total,
Yeah, yeah.
but most of them shit boxes.
Nice.
So,
What did your Beamer cost?
it was like 18,000 or something like that out the door.
Fuck yeah. Cash it out?
Cash, yep.
Damn.
It's a way to do it.
Nice.
No loan.
So the question is, what did your taxes look like after Doge?
The capital gains pain is what it looked like.
Because it was less than a year.
It was less than a year. Yep,
So is
short-term
that-
capital gains. I had to pay a couple grand to
is
the
that
IRS.
Ouch.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sucks.
because luckily
What percentage is it for short term again?
it's based off your tax bracket for that year.
Oh, okay.
So-
oh, right. You take it as regular income, huh?
Yeah, it's regular income. So because I was working only like 3-4 months that year, and the rest of the time was flight school, I didn't really have that much
Oh,
income.
okay.
So the standard deduction kind of saved me from paying a lot in short-term capital gains there. Could have been a
lockdown on
lot
that
worse. Could have been a lot worse if I was working all year. But
And now you get to pay 35%.
yeah,
Yay.
good old 1099.
Oh, dude.
Excellent. Do you want to live in Utah your whole life?
I'm not sure. There's a lot of after going to Florida, there's like a lot more country out there to
Yeah.
see and whatnot. I don't know if I'd want to live here, but I really enjoy living here.
Would you live in Florida?
Florida's the
Maybe.
tits.
Florida's the only
Florida
other
is
state that I'd
pretty
be
dope.
willing to move to, I think.
Yeah, it's just so flat. That's my only issue.
I'd move to Wyoming, dude. I fucking love Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming's beautiful.
I'd only been to the spot that wasn't pretty, like the flat part, and I was like, this is ugly
If
as
you go
shit.
up by Evanston, it's
I-
not
I-
gorgeous.
I went.
Oh.
That's where I've been, and then I went
Yeah.
up to Jackson Hole, and I was like,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
fuck, this place is beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I've only been to Evanston on the way to Bear Lake. Never.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, you got to go to Snake River in Wyoming.
yeah.
Funnest fucking place.
Where's that at?
I don't know, but
No,
it's
it's
cool.
It was up by Jackson Hole.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, we went and did like river rafting.
Okay.
It was fun. They gave us like wetsuits and everything. It was cold.
We seen a
I
bald
bet.
eagle. It was so fucking cool. We could ride the bull. It's where you
Yeah.
sit at the front of the raft with a rope and you fucking hold on. It's so cool.
It's wild.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, do you have any plans to invest in the future, and what do you plan on investing in?
Well, I still have some stocks right now in Apple.
Oh yeah, how's your
Um,
Apple doing, bro?
Oh man, I kind of stopped looking at it.
I heard they took a couple hits recently.
Yeah, I've
The whole
had
market took hits.
the whole market's been pretty bloody. Actually, I don't even have a signal down here, so I can't look. But
Oh man.
from last time I looked, I was still in the green. I
Good.
hadn't gone negative. But I don't know. They pay dividends, so
Yeah.
I was thinking to hold them long term. So
Not a bad plan, especially if they do stock splits and stuff.
yeah,
in the
they do
future.
stock splits, and it seems like they've got a pretty solid business model. They always sell the new iPhone every year. They always
Yep.
sell the new MacBook, and constant money coming in. And then they've also got their credit card and their subscription service and all that stuff. So
Yeah, that's true. Apple's a pretty solid company.
yep,
Do you like
It's not
Tesla?
bad.
Like the actual cars?
I like Tesla. Yeah, I feel like they're overvalued.
Yeah, look
I
at
could see
look
that.
at
If you look at
Rivian.
every other car company combined, and Tesla's still worth more, and they don't make nearly as many cars. I know they're more than just a car company,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Lucids are pretty sweet. I think it's called Lucid.
Yeah,
Lucid, yeah.
Those
they're
are-
expensive.
They are. There's one at Kinston for it's like 130
Is
Yeah.
that it's a car company?
And that's a used
electric car. Yeah.
The Rivians are pretty cool. I've seen a couple of those driving around. They look pretty
Yeah.
sick.
one. Yeah, look at like Rivian, Lucid, Neo, all those companies, and that's approximately maybe a little more than those. It
Yeah.
should be the approximate valuation of Tesla.
Oh, those.
Any electric car company is going to be approximately the same, but Tesla produces more than any of them, so
Right. And
should
they're
see
like
Tesla a little higher.
a bunch of different businesses that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
No,
Yes.
it's been crazy.
It's fucking hilarious. Did you see how like you can get the blue check for $8 or whatever?
Yeah, they actually
And then-
stopped doing that.
Yeah, because so many fake accounts, but it's one of the big accounts. I don't even know what they're called, but they tweeted out
Insulin's not
insulin is free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some pharmaceutical company.
They
Yeah.
lost billions of dollars overnight.
dude,
They did it
that's
to
fucking insane.
Lockheed Martin too.
Did
lost
they
a couple
really?
$1 billion, yeah.
No way.
Saying they wouldn't sell to any country. Somebody.
Ethan Klein got fucking banned. It's like it's a whole fiasco over there.
Didn't fucking what's the vice president?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, didn't she get banned or something? I
I
thought
don't
she
know.
got banned or like her account got shut down or something.
Oh, I don't know.
She threw a
Maybe.
big fit.
I disagree with any banning of anybody though.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck
definitely.
that. Free speech is free speech. Even if it's negative speech, it's free.
As long as it's legal.
Right, of course.
Right?
If we're involving fucking child exploitation or anything like that, then
Yeah.
kick
It's just
it to the
kind
curb,
of
but
dangerous because it's like, all right, what defines legal? Because there's certain laws in Canada and like Germany
Right.
where that speech is there's a lot of speech here that's legal, but it's illegal
Yeah.
there.
Legal in the home
Yeah.
country of the business, right? If there was
Yeah.
a Canadian Twitter, or they were based in Canada, then they'd be under Canadian law.
Yeah.
Right.
But now, like, what happens if Twitter allows this speech and now they can't operate in Canada or Germany or something like that?
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em.
That's true.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I don't
that sucks
disagree,
for
but they're
Twitter.
not. Yeah, they're not going to have all that business now. They lose all those
Yeah.
customers.
Last I heard, now their Twitter has like they were losing what, $4 million a day or something.
Yeah.
Just
It's insane.
just hemorrhaging money. But I mean,
If it got fucking destroyed and burnt down to the ground, I'd be happy with it though.
Twitter.
I would be
I don't
sad.
use it, so
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I started using it mainly just to follow Donald Trump's tweets, and then he got banned, and
I
I've
know.
just been using it for Elon Musk.
Yep.
He needs to reinstate Milo, Trump. That there's a shit ton of them. They need
Yeah.
to be reinstated. Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Bring
love
him
Alex.
back.
Yeah.
Let them have their say, and then if they have stupid ideas, they'll go away.
Speaking of Donald Trump, go away. He needs to shut the fuck up
Oh,
about DeSantis and stuff. Yeah, straight up.
Oh yeah, how he's
He's ripping on all these fucking
ripping
people.
on DeSantis.
It's like,
Has he been? I haven't really been following
yeah,
it too
terrible.
closely. Really?
Yeah, but it's like we already have a Trump base, which is good because
Bro.
I'm conservative and Republican.
4D chess.
It's not fucking.
Beach.
That's like, what are those people? What are they called?
Oh,
QAnon.
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 It's all part of the
Like,
plan.
shut the fuck up. Donald Trump needs to sit his ass down, go be the head of fucking Congress. DeSantis,
Pony
be
up,
president.
take the president.
I think so.
I think he would. He'd win he'd win the presidency if he ran. I think.
Dude, he went up 20 fucking points. Like, that's what he won in Florida?
Yeah, he won by a huge margin in Florida.
Insane.
I think it's
Yeah.
easy W for him for president.
And I think
Yeah.
he should run.
I hope so.
And Trump just.
I think his wife just got cancer though, right?
Uh,
Got diagnosed
She
with
had breast cancer.
I don't know if it was handled. I just know it was kind of recent. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's handled.
you know.
Either way,
yeah, he's
Trump's
got,
good, dude. But
You think Trump's gonna run?
yeah,
Yes.
He
tomorrow.
hasn't announced anything yet. Has he?
Tomorrow he's announcing it.
Oh, is
That
he?
he's rerunning. Yeah. Well, that's the
That's what is.
the speculation.
He has an announcement at Mar-a-Lago, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, so yeah, it's probably gonna be.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Probably that he's running.
Which would be cool.
It would be fun. I've heard arguments both ways for just DeSantis to go straight in or Trump to finish out his last term and then DeSantis. You
Yeah,
know?
Be happy with either, but I'd rather DeSantis.
I would too. Military expertise and all that shit. But Trump is a good dude.
You think Trump would win if he ran against Biden again?
Against
God, I
Biden.
hope so.
100%.
I hope so, too.
Dude, I think
100%.
anyone would win against him at this point.
I don't.
Really?
I don't. No way. Because the mail-in voting and all that shit, that's all
Maybe
leaning towards
not.
the... Dude, all this voter fraud bullshit, it's not even real. And I stand by that. It's the fucking mail-in voting. They're changing procedures. And it's all for Democrats.
There's no way he gets in office again.
Biden?
So many people, even
If
the
he's
people
not
that
alive.
voted for him, were just
Dude,
like,
they'll get a
what the
Biden
fuck?
and Fetterman fucking...
A Biden and Fetterman.
What's it called?
Ticket.
Presidency, yeah.
Which would be insane.
But there's
Be
still so many
hilarious.
people out there who hate Trump and they'll just vote for whoever else is on the ballot.
And that's why we need DeSantis, because people
That's-
don't know who
yeah.
DeSantis is. They know who fucking Trump
And the
is.
fact that Trump is dissing on him will help him, I
Yeah.
think.
40 chess, bro.
No. I don't think Trump is planning for that, but that's what'll happen.
His
It's like,
fucking
oh,
ego's too
Trump's
big."
against him? Sweet, let's get him in.
Yeah.
Best
Either
case
way.
scenario.
Yeah.
But who knows? Biden and Fetterman, that'd be fun.
That'd be interesting.
We'd go to
for
war with
sure.
fucking Canada. Go attack Syria, but actually it's Canada. Wait, what?
Oops, I clicked the wrong button.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's just barely breathing.
Another strong.
No, Mr. President. Stay with us. You've only got 3 more years.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would last like all the way through.
I don't think he would last through a second presidency. What is he, 80-something?
A hard time believing he'll last.
Biden?
through this
83 or
Yeah,
something.
that's a good point.
Isn't he?
one. He's still got 2 years.
I don't know. He's old. He's
Nancy
already got
Pelosi's
dementia.
sticking around too.
Yeah.
Dumb fucking bitch. Go home.
How? She just. There's so many people in Congress that just need to retire. Like, come on, just give your seat to somebody else.
Give it
Oh,
up.
Joe Biden is 79. So he'll be 82 for the next run. Or 81, whatever.
Get a council of the elders up in there, all the way from your young kids all the way up to your old farts, and just make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
They'll fight back and forth. It'll be hilarious. Make a TV show out of it. Make lots of money.
Like the fucking Kardashians.
Whatever you got to do, man. I think it'd be hilarious watching we'll say 16 to 18-year-olds in there, and then all the way up to like 80-year-olds in this council of
They'd
the
get
elders
bullied
for the
terribly.
government. Oh, it would be funny as shit.
I know.
Just be like, listen, you're in diapers. Shut up. It'd
Yeah.
be funny. They'd both be saying that.
If they don't know how to make a phone call on a smartphone in like 10 seconds, out. You don't fucking belong.
It's a half of Congress would be gone right there.
Exactly. Exactly. And AOC.
And AOC. She can use Instagram.
Yeah, but she's a fucking warmonger for Ukraine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just another 50 billion. Come on.
Dude, it's fucking
bro.
insane.
It's nothing compared to 300 trillion.
Green New Deal. Yeah, that was horrendous.
Half
Getting
the
rid of
population
cows.
would be dead instantly.
Money
Yeah.
printer go burr.
Dude, inflation go burr.
6 items, $40. Nice.
Yeah. Housing
Candy
rates.
nonetheless.
Housing rates are like 6.5%. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We calculated out it would be at like I think 7-ish%, which is probably what you'd be after all your fees and insurance and all that for a home. You're looking at 30-40 grand a year, easy, just in interest. Same thing, same story. It's
Yikes.
just like
It's not even doable.
no, it's
Like
not.
the one person working in the household is not doable
No.
unless they're making upwards of 500 fucking K a year.
I think I could survive on 100K.
Right,
pretty
but
easy.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane.
Like the housing prices for Salt Lake, just insane.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how anybody's buying these new houses they're building everywhere. It's crazy.
It's a Red Rock or whatever. Buying all
Or
the
the,
houses.
BlackRock,
BlackRock, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
just selling
Good
them as
stuff,
like
huh?
rental units. Or,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
BlackRock? Is that a new like?
It's a big
They're just-
investment firm.
Buying all the fucking
Yeah,
houses.
they've, I think got like
Everything?
$10 trillion in assets under management or something like that. They're a huge investment firm.
Gotcha.
They're pretty big. Pretty big.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Canyon. So we always talk to our guests about life insurance. Do you have life insurance?
No.
Term or otherwise?
No.
Highly suggest it.
Yes.
What's the biggest asset in your life?
What am I going to need insurance for if I'm dead?
Your family.
Your family. I guess you don't have much family to take care of besides your parents, but
Yeah.
What about
but
your kids, though? And your wife?
not yet.
I don't have kids or wife.
But
But you will.
the younger you get it, the cheaper it is, right? So I always tell them, hey, what's your biggest asset in life? It's yourself, right? You're the one who makes all the money. You're the one who makes things happen. You are your biggest asset. And we insure our assets. You insure your cars, insure your house, insure everything else. Why not your life, basically? So something to think about for your next investment. And then you don't need to say anything. And when you're ready for it, I can talk to you a little bit more about life insurance and kind of how you can use it to your advantage. Okay? And then when you get a family, let me know, and I'll send you some good info on setting up a trust. Because wills are contestable in court in Utah.
Are they?
Yeah. So they mean nothing.
But trusts aren't contestable, or
No.
Really?
Because it's a living trust, so you sign all the documentation and everything. You have it all laid out in a plan legally when you're alive. So when you die, it's just easy to be like, boom, boom. This is what happens with the assets. A will is like, the lawyer explained it way better. But basically, he said some states it's contestable in. Utah, wills are contestable in court. No matter how many signatures, whatever you have on there, it's contestable. So it's like, oh, shit, better get a trust.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now you know. So, when you start getting a wife and thinking about a kid or whatever, then let me know. Hook you up. We'll get you all
I'm
taken
22, and you got me thinking about a will and
care of. Yeah, well, let's be real here. You never know when you're going to die,
yeah.
right? We have a fairly safe career, although it is high risk,
Yeah.
especially towards the
That's-
beginning
well,
here.
yeah, GA.
Yeah, right
single
now.
engine aircraft. Ooh.
Right now, it's very risky. So just keep that in mind. Couple things I did. I got myself life insurance. Got myself a trust established, so all my assets flow to my wife and kid, and my kid will be taken care of if we both die, right? And then So all my asset flow is taken care of. And then I went and got extra liability coverage from insurance, got $1 million umbrella policy just in case anything else happens.
Who did you get that through? Your umbrella policy?
It's through State Farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is something like that? Is that like a yearly thing you pay then? Or?
Yeah, I think I'm paying it monthly. Just
Monthly?
like a breakdown, yeah. Which one? The trust, the
Are they all monthly that you're paying? into?
No, the trust was a one-time payment.
Okay.
Unless I
just
need
to set it up.
Yeah, unless I need to have an appointment and change some things in there,
Right.
then I'll pay more, right? But it was $610 to get it set up. Done.
Hmm.
It was easy. The life insurance I pay monthly for, but it also builds cash value. It's not like regular life insurance. It's badass. Like I used that money. Actually, I borrowed against the cash value of my life insurance policy to invest in my first rental property.
Oh, what?
Yeah. The wheels are turning, baby. And that rental property is going to pay back the asset or pay back my life insurance loan. Those loans, so the dividends and interest and stuff you make off the cash value in those policies give you about 4% a year approximately. And the loan you can take out at 5%. I think it was just under 5%, like 4.97 or something.
Huh.
So as I pay my, it's so cool. All right, I'll explain a little bit while we're here. So as I pay my monthly amount, part of that monthly amount goes to paying the insurance company for the service of giving me that policy, right? Part of that goes to my cash value in my policy, and that continues to grow each year. Now, when I take a loan out against my policy, you can only take up to like a loan of like 95% of your cash value. And as long as you're paying into that, your minimums every month, you are not going to have to pay back that loan because the cash value will grow more than the loan will or at the same rate. Okay? So what I'm doing is I took out that loan. I haven't paid a dime back on it. It's still against my policy, but my cash value is still growing. My money stays in there. I take a loan against it. At 5%, my cash value is growing at 4%. I'm paying my minimum monthly, which increases that cash value a little bit each month. And so I don't have to pay this loan back as long as I'm making my minimum monthly payments. But what I'm doing is I'm using my asset to pay back that loan, which will then go back with my cash value, and then I'll just keep increasing my cash value.
So you already bought a rental property then, or?
A third of one, so not a full rental property. I invested in one, yes. Yep.
Huh.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, we can talk a little more about after the podcast too. It's probably the coolest. Let's just say I don't have a 401k or IRA. That is what I'm using as my retirement and opportunity fund. And I'll tell you a little bit more about them after the podcast. But it's like
fair.
the coolest financial product I've seen out there.
I like it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look
and
into
it's
that
not
more.
a scam.
It's not.
That's the cool part. It's absolutely not, which is cool.
Also, if you want to know more, you can listen to one of the podcasts with his dad. We've talked about it heaps, and he explains it really well.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's right.
he specializes in that type of insurance.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Anyways, tell us about your future. What does the future look like 5 years from now, and then maybe 10 years from now for you?
Oh man, I don't even know if I really thought that far ahead.
Let's say 2 years.
2 years. Well, 2 years. I hope to be finishing up instructing or hopefully done with instructing, because they tell you it's only supposed to be a year to a year and a half.
Yeah, no.
And then, but at this rate, it doesn't really seem like that.
Yeah, no, it's closer to 2 years. We have a couple 2 years up there.
I've noticed. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully 2 years from now, starting at an airline, preferably like a regional SkyWest or something like that. I guess maybe like a 5 or 10 year plan would be a bigger airline, maybe a major. But honestly, I really haven't thought that far ahead, at least just career wise. But interesting question.
Girlfriend, wife, kids. Do you plan
Nope.
on any of that?
Well,
Wait, first of all, girls or boys?
I'm not gay.
All right. That's a legit question in today's day and age. I didn't think you were gay, but you never know.
That's fair.
I've seen some very masculine gay men who's like, holy shit, all right.
Be careful asking these questions. You're gonna get yourself canceled, dude.
I don't care.
I don't care.
They can
Whatever.
fucking suck the cancel button. That's how I feel. Fuck them.
We have all these videos recorded and saved, so
Yeah.
we'll put them somewhere else.
We'd already be canceled if we were going to be.
Yeah.
We're just not big enough to be canceled yet.
Yeah.
We have between, 30 and 60
I think
consistent listeners, so nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
we have like 50-something subscribers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
Gotcha.
But
I'll
all
take
this,
it as a compliment if we get canceled.
yeah, I'd be like, threatening.
Threatening.
It's fun.
Do you want kids? I don't think anybody even asked you that
shit,
question.
that's a good question.
You're like, when you
Yeah.
have kids, it's like, well,
Yeah, eventually.
eventually.
Good.
Right on.
That's the right way. It's the best decision you'll make. Like, hands down. It's badass. It's a lot of work. It's hell of a lot of work. And you're tired all the time, but it's so worth it.
I don't know when, but eventually.
Yeah.
So.
Seeing that smiling face when you come home, dude, it's like, yeah. It's a good time.
Do you game?
By Xbox or
Yeah.
Dude, I've been
Yeah.
playing so much Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
have you?
Yeah.
Recently, not so much, but yeah,
You ever heard of Ark?
I have. I've never played it though.
Dude, it's a lifestyle.
Don't play
It's a
it.
lifestyle. Just get
Yeah,
addicted to
don't
it.
play it. It's like
Well, I know
a-
how Minecraft is. I
heroin.
definitely spent plenty of hours on there.
It's worse. It's
Ark
so
is
It's
much
so
worse.
much worse, dude.
Is it?
terrible.
Hours down the drain, relationships gone. It's
Oh, no.
brutal.
Legit, dude. One of the people I played with got a fucking divorce.
Because of playing that game?
Yes.
Wow.
And he probably wasn't even that sad because it's so fun.
It is fun.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Another guy, his wife died. Played every fucking day.
Really?
Mhm.
That's why
Yep.
I don't want to touch it. No
Yeah, I
thanks.
can't tell if like you're telling me like I should look into it or just like stay away from it.
It's funner than
Well,
fuck.
being single, bro, do what you will.
It's so fun.
But once you get that relationship, you got to make that choice.
Yep.
I know my wife didn't appreciate me playing it.
Uh-uh.
It's a black hole, but it's fun.
It's worth it.
In the future, what do you see yourself? Do you see yourself investing in anything in the future? And if so, what? More stonks?
Well,
Some cryptos?
oh man, it seems like the most consistent return I've ever had is just buying a S&P 500 index fund, solid 12% or whatever a year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
As
individual
long as
stocks
it's going
like-
up.
Yeah, as long as it's going up. Because I mean, like when I did buy Apple, like it would shoot up for a while and then just fall back down and just go sideways for a year.
Yeah.
Well, the S&P is just constantly 12% zooming away. But real estate eventually when I have enough money for that.
Heck yeah. I'll let us know. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you listen to podcasts or anything like that?
Oh, or read books? Or listen to books?
No,
Well, if you choose to, we got some recommendations.
I think I had listened to your podcast a little bit when you first told me about it like a year ago or so. But
Yeah.
recently, not so much.
I appreciates it.
Mhm.
I haven't listened to my podcast before.
Well, you're here listening to it as it's being made.
Yeah, that's why I didn't listen to it. It was like, yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
It's weird, anyways.
It is
I
weird
listen
to
to the
go
first
back
one,
and-
and you're like, I don't really like this.
Like, I don't like my voice or what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Or
gotten a
we
lot better, though.
Go back
Yeah,
and
it's
see.
been forever since I listened to it.
Yeah. Probably go to the beginning episode and you're just like cringing the whole time. Oh,
The
why?
first episode was terrible.
I won't even listen to it. I'm committed to
It's the
never
only
do
one
that.
I listened to, and that's why I haven't listened anymore.
Oh,
Just
man.
say
I
flows a
listened to
little
quite a
better
few.
nowadays.
Yeah.
They do get better. The one with
Yeah.
Mo was cool. I
Those
think I
were
went
fun.
back and listened to it, a little bit of that, and one of the ones with Jacob.
I don't know
That
if you
was
guys
wild.
have like YouTube channels, but it's like the same way if you go back and look at like old videos you've made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I have one of those. I'm like, oh my god, delete the whole thing right now.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I have on YouTube.
This is the only thing you have on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some old stuff I made when I was like 14.
What's it called?
Nope.
I see.
I have some videos of me playing hacky sack with like music in the background in high school. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Why?
Yeah.
It's sick
It's
to
hilarious.
So when you worked at the tire shop every day, did you just think about, like, fuck, I could be flying? Or how was
A lot
your
of the time.
experience with that place?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, like definitely you learn a lot working there, but it's just the same work. Pull the tire off semi truck, put tire back on, and it sucks.
So if I need my tires rotated, no, I'm just kidding.
You can do that at your. You can do that with a wrench you buy from O'Reilly's. They're
Yes.
cheap.
I get them rotated for free because I bought tires.
Well, there you go. Yeah, no, it was like semi trucks though, and it was just
Yeah.
mounting and dismounting tires. There's no machines for those. You do it by hand with like a big ass pry bar.
Those
And
are probably heavy as hell too.
the tires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're big.
Yeah, because there's two kinds of tires that we would use. They were called low pros and super singles.
Mm-hmm.
And the super singles, they probably weigh like 400 pounds or something like that.
Holy
Shit, so it was a 2-man job.
No, you can do it by yourself.
Jeez.
You just got to use pry bars, mainly the leverage and whatnot. You can get off of it. But it hurts your back.
Yeah, I bet.
Sounds
Yeah,
miserable.
because I
Your
mean,
back
you know,
still hurt
you know
to
the
this
good.
day?
Slightly, yeah. And I feel like that's always going to be there.
Yeah,
but
it might.
the whole lift with your legs, not your back. Yeah, that was never followed.
Oh, that.
OSHA, go investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which part of your back hurts? Upper, middle, lower?
It's like the lower back.
Okay. Interesting. I read a book one time that was,
I guess maybe mid to lower back.
what was it? Wasn't that Money Problems, I thought? I think so. Anyway, it was a book like on emotion code or whatever the hell, and it said if you have your lower back will hurt more when you're on a shaky like financial base, like when you're worried about money or whatever, which is interesting.
Well,
Right?
big scary loan, and I'm not really working that much right now, so.
I understand. My lower back hurts all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting for sure. That book was actually pretty spot on some of the stuff.
Are you religious or anything like that?
No.
No.
No, my grandparents were like Catholic, but my mom and dad weren't religious, so
Breaking
Never.
away from the herd.
yeah.
I like it. It's okay, me neither.
No.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, sick. Before we go, this was like a good point, right?
I feel good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go, do you have any parting advice for the listeners?
Well, it'd probably be just if you're thinking about like, at least for me, like I was thinking about flight school and getting a loan, and it would be if like you're thinking about it, you might just want to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Just take the risk and go for it. Invest in yourself.
I like it.
Right on.
Have nothing but the first step, and then what's the most important step?
The next one.
The next step. Yeah.
Wise words.
And with that, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us,
see you guys.
guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.
See ya.